and we welcome you to This is Wrestling. It is Lee Versage alongside Zach McGibbon, the Zote, the Zach of all trades. How are you, Zach?
I'm doing pretty good, Mr. Versage. I'm doing better than Bully Ray and Tommy Dreamer this week. That's for sure. So I feel like I'm doing pretty well, all things considering, coming into this weekend.
Don't be like that already, because
What?
I know our other guest here, Mr. Tanner Reil, is always going to be that way. So don't you be like that too. How are you, Tanner?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I'm sure I'm doing better than Bully Ray too. I don't even know the context, but that's a pretty low bar. But that's your guy, Lee. So we can't dog on him too much. I know he's in the set there now, immortalized forever.
He is. Look, I think there was a work gone wrong, is what I would say happened this week. Calling out John Moxley, saying he would beat the crap out of him, used a different word, but I think it was a bit of protection, Zach, to try to alleviate some of the TNA Tommy Dreamer stuff. Do a favor for a friend and get the spotlight on himself, so they didn't put the spotlight on Tommy Dreamer. It just didn't go all that well. But that's a guy backing his guy. Don't be crapping on Bully Ray for that. Tanner's back all the time.
It's true. I have Tanner's back. Who said I didn't? Some might even say I had Tanner's back all the way up to this recording. You know, like I'm right there with them. So look, I totally agree. I was just, it's a bit of a rough week. Just don't go on Twitter and search up Bully Ray, because a lot of people apparently have stories about him. And Tommy Dreamer as well is also not a great week, especially in different elements. I've never seen somebody get like different angles kind of shot at him when it comes to Dreamer. But the booking, not great. The response to his booking decisions, not great. And I agree with you, though. Bully was just standing up for his buddy and trying to get the heat off him. But little did he know that I don't think he was expecting former UFC heavyweight champion Josh Barnett to come to Mox's defense. So that was that made for a little bit of an entertaining back and forth.
So that was away from things. But guys, we have not one but two shows this weekend. AEW Forbidden Door, we'll get to that soon. WWE Night of Champions, as we record this on a Thursday night, Saturday afternoon in where, Zach?
Beautiful Riyadh, Lee. We're going to beautiful Riyadh. We're going to see Anthony Hopkins there. I think I saw Morgan Freeman in the ad too. Like, I'm excited. We're ready for beautiful Riyadh.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. Saturday afternoon for sure. Don't worry about the NHL draft being on, which this is OSN.com will have coverage on all weekend long. Don't worry about like World Cup being on. Beautiful Riyadh on a Saturday afternoon. But let's talk about the card quickly. Tanner, not one of your favorites, but Tanner, even you have to be somewhat intrigued. The three-way for the undisputed WWE Championship as Cody Rhodes defending against Gunther and also Sami Zayn. Are you interested in this?
Yeah, on paper, I'd say those are probably three of the better in-ring workers in the company there. So I think if there was one match that I were to check out, it would probably be that one. Just looking at it on paper.
Hard to believe that Cody isn't going to retain. Do we have any votes on somebody else winning this?
I don't. I'm pretty locked in on Cody retaining the belt here. I think this is more of an avenue to try and get Sami Zayn involved in the story, and with his re-inclusion, I guess, in his storylines and really embracing his heel character a little bit more. So I think this is more of a vehicle, because that's what you want from your title match on a pay-per-view, a vehicle for what's down the line. So I think that's what's happening here for this event.
Sammy's taking the pin, right?
Probably.
Yeah, Gunther's not taking the pin. It just feels like they want Cody Rhodes to still be the champion come SummerSlam, whether he faces a returning CM Punk or maybe Gunther again, but I don't know. I just can't see the title changing here and going into SummerSlam, which is crazy. You always think SummerSlam the end of August, and it's like August 1st and 2nd.
Yeah.
And we're about 5 weeks away from SummerSlam as we sit here at the end of June. So for them to change the title in Saudi Arabia 5 weeks before SummerSlam doesn't feel like it's the right thing. Very disappointed with Cody and Gunther previously, so I'm hoping the inclusion of Sami Zayn helps in this match.
We'll get excited, Lee, because we'll probably get another bottom of the rope, foot on the bottom rope stipulation, but instead it'll be Sami Zayn placing it for Gunther on the bottom rope, and he gets screwed again, and there's all this confusion at the end, and we just walk away like okay, yeah, that happened. Let's move on. So get fired up.
I mean, there might be a title change. You said 5 weeks before SummerSlam. I mean, we wouldn't have thought AJ Styles would retire 5 weeks before WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia.
It's true.
All bets are off the table. You never know what can happen in the magical place of Saudi Arabia.
Beautiful Riyadh. Thank you very much. Beautiful Riyadh. Please get that's correct.
And that's why we watch, because anything can happen. I think I'm going to leave one match to the end because I think it actually has the most intrigue's the wrong word, but the biggest possibility of things blowing up, I guess, is what I would call it. But until then, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker in a steel cage match. Zach, this feels again like getting to SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And if I had $1, which sometimes is very difficult around here, find $1. But if I had $1, I'd probably place it on some interference in the steel cage match.
Well, I was just going to say, like, first of all, you're saying, oh, this seems like it's setting up for the next thing. And it's like, well, it's a steel cage match, Lee. They're stuck in a cage. It's all four parts of the ring surrounded by solid steel. So what could possibly be the next thing after a steel cage match? So, you're telling me this isn't the blow off? I mean, it's a cage as well, so you're protecting from the outside. So I hear the insinuation of run-ins, Lee. Are you saying that people might run into this match?
I just don't think it's going to be decided between the two guys in the ring with the cage around them.
Unbelievable.
I mean, we know, like, there's been a lot of times in WWE where a big man's come down and ripped the door off the cage. I'm not the most plugged into the product, but I've seen some recent photos of Bronson Reed looking like he's in pretty good shape. Is it too soon for that, maybe?
He looks incredible.
Yeah. He looks like a beast.
And look, when he was a much bigger dude, and to say that he had a lot of definition would be false, but he still looks insanely good. And I think you're onto something. I do believe we're going to see Bronson Reed come down and do something, even like rip the cage off. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, I like the idea. I hate that it's, they're going to be the 8th steel cage match I've watched this year, where there'll be some sort of a run-in or the steel cage door, or someone will rip open the door, like Jacob Fatu will run in. I see your hand, Lee, but I'm working through. The Jacob Fatu is, breaking open the door, and he's going to run in. It's like, oh my God, he's interfering. Like, I watch. There's going to be a carbon copy of that angle if Bronson Reed is coming back.
Can I interest you guys?
Yes.
With my hand up.
Yes.
You referring to that, for people listening just on the audio?
Yep.
Makes it feel like I put my hand up every time I want to talk, which is completely false, as you guys would know.
It never goes down.
Right.
Yeah.
It's didn't the Miz used to have that catchphrase? When my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, he did.
And I do like the Miz. So yeah, I like that a lot. Can I interest you though in a masked man coming down to eventually reveal that it's Bronson?
Stop right there. Stop. Nope. I'm good. I've seen enough masked men to carry me over for the rest of the year.
I know, but can you put it past the WWE? Because Bronson Reed's body shape will not be the same.
Yep.
For him to come down as a masked man no way people will assume that that's Bronson Reed because he's lost all the weight.
Right.
I feel like this is going to happen.
You know, the more we talk about it, the more I'm accepting of it, and the more that when I watch it, it's going to happen. So you know what? Why not? Like, let's just go. Like he, in the middle of the ring, pulls up the mask, is like, oh my God, it's Bronson Reed. Whoa. I can't believe it. This steel cage designed to keep people out. It let another person in.
We've done it, Tanner. We've broken Zach.
We're 2 matches in, and I'm already just like fired up.
New man here.
You're right. I am a new man, though. I'm looking forward to showing beautiful Rihanna. Can't wait.
Well, then, let's talk about a match that we're very much looking forward to, because the Queen of the Ring finals, to be able, if you win the Queen of the Ring, you get a shot at the title, which is, at SummerSlam, massive incentive here.
Yep.
One of the problems is that the champion is in the finals in Liv Morgan going up against Io Sky. Tanner, just the thought process behind putting your champion into the tournament. And I suppose it's out there that if she won, she could challenge at SummerSlam for the other title on the other brand. It just doesn't feel like there's any intrigue in that to me. Like, Liv Morgan going and winning Queen of the Ring already as the champion, so she can challenge and lose at SummerSlam, because they're not combining those titles. So it just seems very, very obvious to me, again, what's going to happen.
Yeah, from an outside perspective, I'd probably go Io, but I could also see the intrigue in WWE's mind of having that bigger name in there of a Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley match at SummerSlam with both titles in the same match. I could see them going that route for sure, but I guess I'll agree with you and go Io.
The hand is up again, Lee Versage. So we will call on you, Mr. Versage. Okay.
I'd just like to present another scenario to ask you guys. Can I interest you in Dominic Mysterio costing Liv Morgan the match?
Oh,
interest me?
Yeah,
that's
interest
right.
Is a strong word.
Interest you in Dominic Mysterio costing Liv Morgan friction with the power couple and Io Sky winning, and Liv Morgan and Dom are on the outs?
Not the power couple, Lee.
Oh God, help me.
She said a few months ago that she thought they were as big or bigger than Randy Savage and Elizabeth. And Liv, I actually don't mind Liv. I think she tries really hard.
Yeah,
I don't think she's a great wrestler, but I think she tries really hard. I think she cares. But saying that Dominic Mysterio and her were as big as Randy Savage and Elizabeth, I don't think so.
Mr. Versage, do you remember a couple of years ago when Liv Morgan had a championship belt, and there was a now famous rant, and people were mad at you because you said there was, in her, I think it was 120 days as champion, she only had 3 title defenses.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, TV's different now. Like, it doesn't have to be a title defense every week because I'm a WWE fan and no standards matter. So that was 2 years ago, right?
Yep.
Liv Morgan is currently a women's champion. She has held the belt since WrestleMania. Lee, how many times has Liv Morgan defended that women's championship since she's won the belt at WrestleMania?
On TV or on house shows?
You could do both, Lee, if you'd like.
Well, I do know that Sol Ruka deleted her Twitter because at a house show, she kind of made a mistake and possibly hurt Liv Morgan, and the IWC didn't like that about Sol Ruka.
Yeah.
So much so that she deleted her Twitter. I'm going to guess Zach won.
You would be correct, Lee. That match was the first title defense of Liv Morgan since she won the belt at WrestleMania.
And it was a house show.
And it was at a house show.
Yeah.
So, and she has not defended any other time. And she's going out there seeing she's the greatest women's champion of all time. I think I read somewhere. I'm no mathematicianly, as you know, but I feel like if you want to consider yourself the best when it comes to a championship, I feel like that involves defending the title belt multiple times, more than once.
Right.
Especially on TV, because it's 0 on TV, like a big old 0-0-0 Sam Mitchell 0 for Liv Morgan. So she has gotten more Queen of the Ring opportunities on TV than title defenses of her championship on TV. So get fired up. I mean, what else can I really say? And I remember at that time we mentioned it. People were like, "Oh, you're being so harsh. It's not about title defenses anymore." And blah blah blah. Well, congratulations everybody, because it's now actually worse than the last time. So Great job, everybody. Give yourselves a big old pat on the back, a round of applause. So I can't wait.
We're all picking Io Sky, right?
Yes, I can't wait for their women's champion to be pinned in the finals of the Queen of the Ring tournament, and the person will win, and obviously will not challenge Liv Morgan. I don't think she'll probably challenge the other person. I don't know.
Yeah. So. Friction with Dom Dom.
Oh God, help me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're all picking Io Sky and Trick Williams, Ricky Saints for the United States Championship. Everyone said when Trick Williams won that title would be elevated because they're going to go with their new stars and they need to elevate their new stars. I have watched some of the product as of late, and it feels like Trick Williams is not nearly as big as he was going into WrestleMania. So and the Ricky Saints thing, I don't know if he was just never that good. I'm eager to ask both of you guys. Do you think that he was just never as good as people thought he was, or is he being underused in the WWE?
Well, I'll go first. I'll say that I don't think he might not be as good. Oh, you're gonna love this take here, Lee. I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah,
I think it's
right down the middle.
Yeah, right down the middle.
A little yes, a little no.
See, everybody wants to give their hot takes, but I'm going to give a well-informed, balanced approach and look at it down the middle here. But look, I think with Ricky Starks, I think the big thing with him is so many people were saying, "Oh, he's a star that's not there. Like he's so underutilized in AEW." I just don't think he has main event charisma. I think that's the main thing. I don't think he has main event charisma, and I don't think his in-ring work is at that level to take him to the next level. I think he's a solid guy you would want on your roster, and I think maybe a little underutilized in the sense that maybe you should push him a little bit more. But I don't think he's a main event guy, and I think it's pretty clear.
Tanner?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of my favorite Ricky Starks matches here, and I'm going back to like Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes.
Right.
Noticing like a pattern of guys that are simply more talented than him. I think I'd actually say he's probably more charismatic than he is a good ring worker. But also, I mean, the comparison's always been there. He's like The Rock, but less good.
Right.
So I've always felt like his ceiling is kind of an upper mid-carder. Never was really heartbroken whenever he left for the WWE. That's kind of where I'm at with him. I think I'm lower on him than most people.
No, I'm the same. It's like I want to like the guy, but every match, I think, like you rightly point out, every match that was any good was with a guy that was better than him. And sometimes he comes off as, I don't know, icky. Yeah.
Icky Ricky.
I was going to say, puts the icky back in Ricky.
Icky Starks.
Yeah. He's just icky. I think sometimes he tries too hard and it's like, what was that? And then he had that really creepy thing with Joe Hendry. a few weeks ago, and it's like, I don't know, man. Just you're trying too hard to be someone like that's full character, right? Like it's not anything like what he is, and it's like he's trying too hard for me.
Yeah.
So Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill for the Women's United States Championship. I know. I don't have a lot. Look, I don't have a lot of hope for this match. I don't.
Yeah.
Because I don't think either girl can wrestle to the standard to bring somebody else up. I think they're too busy worrying about themselves because they're not that great.
Did you see the video from Tiffany Stratton circulating?
I know what you're talking about.
I think Tanner knows what I'm talking about.
No.
About Sergeant Slaughter?
Yes.
SGT Slaughter.
So good. When I saw that, you just have to laugh. Like, even if you don't know Sergeant Slaughter, like I would imagine you look at SGT and you would think, oh, Sergeant. No, but I don't know. Maybe it was spelled wrong on her little cue card there or
Zach,
whatever.
This is an embarrassment for the WWE. It's an absolute embarrassment because, to be quite frank, she comes across that way anyway. Like she doesn't care about the history. She doesn't care about much other than herself. When she was on Chris Van Vliet, I thought was one of the worst interviews I've heard. Like, interviews are supposed to make you care more about the person, not turn you off of the person.
Yeah.
And I was completely turned off by her interview. Like, I don't want to know any more about her, and I don't want to watch her wrestle. That's how I felt after listening to that interview.
Yep.
On TV. And you just should never feel that way.
Yeah.
After an elongated interview. She was all about herself all the time. This is the least surprising person to me that would be in this scenario. And I don't think she understands or cares. It's probably a little bit of both about the impact something like this would have. Like, why, as a person who likes professional wrestling, would I even entertain giving you 1 minute of my time when you don't know who Sergeant Slaughter is?
SGT Slaughter.
So embarrassing.
Yeah. The underrated element of that clip was when she said, oh, Viscera.
Yeah.
That was funny too.
Yeah, it's like Viscera. Ah, yes. I remember watching Viscera.
Yeah. I can guarantee you we're going to get interference in this match too.
Yeah.
I can guarantee it. I can guarantee it because neither of them are any good. And they can't get to a finish alone. So people are going to remember the interference. It's probably going to be a returning Naomi. But if it's somebody else, it's going to happen. I'm telling you now, there's no way this is just ending with one pinning the other.
Well, the thing is with those matches, especially in the case of Jade Cargill, is that if she falls along, because it's clear that at this point with Jade Cargill, they map out what her match is supposed to look like. There's nothing wrong with that. But if anything goes wrong, like a spot doesn't hit 100% or they have to adjust, they just do not have the ability to adjust on the fly. And that's not just a Jade Cargill thing. That's a general, like we were talking about Sol Ruka earlier. Like, you want to talk about somebody, it seems like having the yips, like is the modern day Rick Ankiel going on here with Sol Ruka. Like, I just, it's the way that these wrestlers are being trained, both on the men's and the women's side, that are coming up. So, having said that, I'm looking forward to my 4th or 5th interference in the match, on the show.
Well,
and
get ready for the last match. Who are you picking, by the way? I'm picking Tiffany to retain.
I'm picking the beautiful city of Riyadh in this to really get a great match.
People want an answer, Zach?
I will pick Tiffany Stratton to retain her championship. But if Jade Cargill wins, I'm not going to come on this show and be like, I screwed up, guys. What am I doing? Like, I don't have it anymore.
Right.
You know, like I'm not going to lose sleep.
We'll save that for the big shows like you usually do.
Yeah. I'll save it in the big spots with Jey Uso, you know, who has screwed me over the past.
Tanner picking Tiffany.
Sure.
That wasn't
Get fired up.
That wasn't like an ringing endorsement, but okay.
I was gonna say SGT Slaughter would be rolling in his grave, but he's still alive.
Still very active on Twitter.
So
Yes, he's good follow.
King of the Ring final certainly has intrigue. I don't know if it's going to be a great match, but it's got some intrigue. Obafemi, Jay Uso. Now, obviously on paper, with the push that Obafemi has got, this most likely looks like an Obafemi win into the main event at SummerSlam. But we all know who's lurking in the background, and that's Brock Lesnar. And we haven't had the interference yet. Does this match lead you to a SummerSlam match with Obafemi and Brock Lesnar, and Oba being so mad that he cost him the championship match that he's going to ask Brock's career to be on the line, and that Jey Uso is going to win King of the Ring and is going to get a shot at a world championship at SummerSlam?
I'm gonna let Tanner go first because he is laughing. As soon as he heard what you were saying, like he just couldn't help himself. So I feel like he has more to say than I do.
Man, if Jey Uso is the guy who pins Oba clean, I mean Brock did it, I guess, but like, what are we doing here?
I got 2 words for you: the bloodline.
I mean, sure, you need your yeet in the ring or your king of the yeet, whatever t-shirt's gonna sell.
King of the yeet.
He's gonna pick the crown up and start holding it between his hands while he's doing the stupid gesture. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like they're gonna do Brock and Oba. It sounds like he probably doesn't want to work with Gunther. So yeah, bring it on. Jey Uso, King of the Ring. Let's go. Get fired up.
Okay.
Maybe a ref bump, a couple F5s, and there we go.
Are they going to pull the trigger on Jey Uso beating Obafemi?
God help me if that does happen, and we just do a repeat of what happened the Rumble last year when Jey Uso eliminated John Cena, and he was the final 2.
Oh, I remember.
He eliminated John Cena.
Clearly, I remember.
Zach, what would you put the percentage at for Jey Uso to win King of the Ring?
I'm not putting myself in that situation again. I've learned my lesson the first time. I'm not going to do it again.
He's a change man.
I am a change. I'm a new manly. I sometimes when you are a new man, you have to be able to change your perspective.
Right. And
I think Jey Uso has done that. Sometimes for the worse, but I have been able to change my perspective.
You are going to pick Jey Uso, aren't you?
No, I can't. I can't. No,
I got an idea here. I think we should put a little bet down, and that's if Jey Uso wins King of the Ring.
Yeah,
Zach has to wear whatever T-shirt they come out with when we go to Redemption.
Oh no,
he's got to wear a King of the Yeet shirt when we go to AEW.
Well, I get sent some of these shirts sometimes. I saw the Leo Rush shirt, and they're like, Zach, that looks really good on you, and I'm like, absolutely not.
So there is an idea, not to cut you off, but there is an idea that all of us going to Redemption wear shirts like the conglomeration, but our faces on it. Do you like this idea?
No.
What?
Tanner I think that was more emphatic than his Jade Cargill pick or whatever.
Tanner, 6 of us. We all got the white t-shirts. You got your mug on the front of a t-shirt. You're not having it. Okay.
Tanner is no selling us hard.
Yeah,
right now.
That's a pretty tough sell. I don't know. I'm not that much of a mark for myself.
Have your own shirt.
The group. It's for that we're conglomerating in Montreal together as a unit.
Which one is going to be the Kyle O'Reilly where we have a wacky face and we put it up on our shirt?
Zach, who do you think looks like Kyle O'Reilly and has a red beard like Kyle O'Reilly? Who do you think that might be?
You talked about me here, Versage?
You? Of course,
I was going to say mine's a little bit red too. It's pretty close.
It was a little bit up in the air.
Yeah, you both could be Kyle O'Reilly, but I can tell you nobody else is being Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah. You know,
Orange Cassidy's kind of ginger too.
Yeah, that's true. When you put it that way, I'm kind of leaning towards where Tanner's thinking, where it's like, I don't know if I want to have my face on the.
I don't know if that's gonna work for me, brother.
Yeah, it's probably not gonna work.
It's funny when we all stand up in Montreal and the camera pans to us and we get on TV because we all have our mugs like the conglomeration in white t-shirts. You guys are a hard sell today. That's so you're both picking. No, Tanner picked Jey Uso.
I'm picking not Jey Uso.
Ye to the ring.
Like not even Obafemi, not Jey Uso. And look, I know I've been burned the past before. I know the bloodline thing's back because it was so good the first time and the second time and the third time.
Who do you think is okay? And I'm trying to be somewhat serious. The WWE fan cares about this.
Of course.
Right? Who do you think is facing Roman Reigns at SummerSlam?
Great question, Lee.
Jey Uso.
Is it Jey Uso?
I remember their SummerSlam match a few years ago, Lee.
And what are we going to do, Zach? We're going to run it back.
Yeah,
that was a tribal
all night
match.
In Riyadh.
Yeah,
we're going to run it back, Zach.
That was a tribal combat match at SummerSlam a few years ago. That was in Detroit, Lee. But the reason why I remember all these details, because that was 30 minutes of my life I couldn't get back. And I watched that SummerSlam main event. I watched it all. And I'm like, can we please stop with the Jey Uso thing? That was before he won the Rumble, by the way. Before he won the Rumble and eliminated John Cena. I'm like, okay, I think we can stop the Jey Uso thing. So I'm going to say no. I know what you're saying. Who's Roman's opponent? I don't care. I don't want it to be Jey Uso. I don't want him yeeting. God forbid I have to see a visual pinfall. Like I don't want to see it. And the more you guys talk about, the more I'm like, God, it's gonna happen, isn't it? And the more we'll have to come on this show and be like, yeet, 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 right? Yeet. We're all yeeting. Just me yeeting on the camera right now. Here we go.
So you're not picking him?
My selection is not Jey Uso.
Who are you picking, Zach?
Obafemi. But I want it read on the record, not Jey Uso.
Okay. I am also going to pick Obafemi after all of that because I really do believe in they can screw up a lot of things, but screwing up the push of their only guy that is made and cut through and been a difference maker. I think they're going to have Brock Lesnar come down and almost cost him. And he's still going to find a way to beat Jey Uso, but he's going to wrestle Brock Lesnar and get destroyed by him, like maybe after the match or on Monday Night Raw. I think Obafemi's in for a double main event at SummerSlam. I think he's going to face and retire Brock Lesnar on the Saturday and win the title against Roman Reigns on Sunday.
You want to put over a guy, that's how you do it. But it is lurking the back, Lee. It's just lurking. I'm like, we're going to get our SummerSlam main event again. We're going to have our Royal Rumble moment again.
Yeet of the ring.
Yeet of the ring.
Like, so that's 1:00 on Saturday in beautiful
Riyadh. Beautiful Riyadh.
Night of Champions for the WWE. But it's not the only pay-per-view. We're going to talk about C4 and their season finale. Tanner was there. Double dog collar match. Looking forward to hearing all about that with C4 coming up after our discussion on AEW. Forbidden Door comes up on Sunday night, and I know we're all a little bit more locked in with this one. Tanner, what have you thought of the build towards Forbidden Door as a whole?
As a whole, I think it's pretty good. I'm really excited for this pay-per-view. Of course, ready for them to get towards Redemption because that's what we're going to. But I mean, you put Swerve and Ospreay in a build together, and I'm going to be pretty jacked up for it. And the stuff they're doing with Omega, you know, the MJF stuff even I've been enjoying as well. Yeah, overall, I'm feeling pretty strong about this card. Top to bottom, I'd say.
Zach, for me, I feel a little bit like the last couple of weeks of television have been a little underwhelming for me. but I do understand that you're trying to do all of these interpromotional matches, with New Japan and CMLL. And look, the WWE's been a little bit, they've had visa issues, but so is AEW.
Yep.
And for those who don't know, I think they wanted more stars on Hichisero, Mark Davis. There's been a number of people who also have had visa issues, and they have not been able to put on Forbidden Door, which has caused them a little bit of havoc. So I think they've done a decent job. The wrestling's been good. I am looking forward to the show for sure. But the biggest thing for me, Zach, that I'm looking forward to isn't one of these interpromotional matches. It is Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland to see who's going to All In as the number one contender. And that is something they could do on any pay-per-view. So it does feel a little light to me in you get the dogs wrestle. We'll go through some of the matches, but it doesn't feel as interpromotional as it used to be for me.
I definitely agree with that. I think as you see more with New Japan's popularity in the States go down with the guys like Okada, Tanahashi retiring, and Naito moving on, you have New Japan's influence not being as strong because they don't have as much star power to work with, especially for the American audience. So it makes it a bit tougher to get some guys onto this roster. So I do like that they are kind of changing up a little bit and they're having a little bit more of the CMLL influence. You have Starlight Kid from Stardom coming in too. So, but I agree with you. I don't think there's as much of as years past, like, oh, this is like a dream match between this AEW guy and this New Japan guy. It feels more like this is the theme of the pay-per-view this year. We got to adhere to that theme and let's call in some people. Not to say, like you said, that this card is going to be bad or anything like that. Like I look at some of these matches here and I'm very excited for a couple of these matches. So, but in terms of years past and importance and feeling like I'm watching the super card of dream matches, it definitely doesn't feel like that as much this year.
Well, let's start with one that does feel like that for me. There isn't much on the line, but I think it's going to be pretty cool to see. The Young Bucks are facing El Sky team, which is, of course, Mascara Dorada and Tanner.
Don't you say
my guy Sin Cara.
It is. It is.
It's Mystico. Mystico.
Mystico.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
right. Anyway, Mystico and Mascara Dorada, and then Unbound Company with your boy Shingo.
My boy Shingo, Lee. I saw he got announced. I'm like, let's go. Shingo Takagi's on the card.
So I am looking forward to this match a lot because it's 3 different promotions, 3 different styles. The Bucks to me are still the best tag team in the world. And when you get other people that can really go, I think this is just going to be like I hate to say it, but like a great wrestling exhibition for people who haven't seen a lot of interpromotional matches. I think this one is going to blow the roof off of it.
Yeah, I think this could be an easy opener if they wanted to. The Bucks have opened before. That could certainly set a tone for the match. A lot of really talented workers here. Like, again, my boy Shingo's in this. I'm fired up. Tagging with Teton. The Bucks are always been one of, if not the best tag team in the world. I'm interested to see how this team of Mystico and Mascara Dorada does. We've seen Mascara Dorada. We were there live last year, and he, between Okada and Takeshita, might have been the highlight in that match. It was like, whoa, who is this guy? Now, from my brief viewings of seeing Mascara Dorada afterwards and just hearing from other people that watch more Lucha, he's a little bit more inconsistent than those guys. He has a very high peak, but he can drop off and not be as interesting. But I think in this moment, in this opportunity with these wrestlers, I think he could be somebody that ascends to that point again. So very, very interested to see how this match turns out in ring wise.
Who you got in this one, Zach?
I got the Bucks. I think it's a pretty easy Bucks win here. Just to kind of a showcase. This is going to be, let's see them do a bunch of cool stuff. And Lee, I am in on a bunch of cool moves. So
Tanner, I don't have the Bucks in this match.
No.
No.
I was kind of wondering about maybe if the Mighty might get involved at some point, depending on where they have this placed on the card against Omega and ZSJ later on. But I think I'm probably going to take the Bucks, but there's a part of me that would like to see maybe El Sky Team take this one. As I do remember really enjoying Dorada and Big Mystico guy. So,
well, and look, we make fun of Mystico a little bit, but
you do. I don't. I respect the Lucha Libre legend. Thank you very much.
He's one of the most over guys in the world. And again, I think you have to go into this show thinking it's not just going to be all AEW guys winning.
Yeah, and I think they do value that relationship a lot with CMLL.
And if you look at some of the matches, the tag team matches, all AEW, Swerve and Osprey's all AEW, so is Moxley and Bandito. So where else on the card are you going to get the non-AEW guys winning? And I don't think there's a lot of room as we go through the matches for that. So for that reason, I can't believe I'm going to do this, Zach. I'm going to take your boy Shingo and Teton.
Whoa!
Yeah, because I certainly don't see any other New Japan winners on this card. And
all right.
So they got to have one win on the card, don't they?
Well, there's one I'm looking at that I think they'll be winning, but
which one is that?
I'm looking at that IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship match there, Lee.
Yep.
Between Shota Umino and Pac.
Hey, I'll split the difference here, and I'll take El Sky Team, so we all have a different one going in.
Okay.
You know, where else is CMLL going to get a win on this card?
It's a great point. And look, you're the biggest Sin Cara guy. You got to stick with your guy, and I respect it. So you know what? Respect. Like, I should be standing by my boy Shingo, but I'm not. You're standing by your Sin Cara / Mystico guy, the real Mystico. You know, Lee, he sent me the other day. He's like the real Forbidden Door, and it was Sin Cara against Tensai on an episode of WWE Main Event.
Oh, who won?
I don't know. I didn't bother to click and watch, Lee. I was actually at the point, it's like, I think I need to block Tanner from this chat.
No, don't do that.
For trying to get this over. But, you know, so I did happen to watch the main event from 2013 between Tensai and Sin Cara.
Hey, Zach, you got all your bits to get in. I've got one, and that's Sin Cara and other 2012 era WWE jobbers.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. You have a lot of bits.
Yes, I do.
And Tanner does not. So
look,
let him have it.
Fair enough. I consider myself the Jericho in this case, like constantly reinventing myself, coming up with new ideas to keep things running smoothly and over.
You pick one that works.
You gotta let me enjoy Sin Cara, Lord Tensai, Epico and Primo, Justin Gabriel,
there you
Tyson Kidd, you know.
Nice. Skip Sheffield. Like, you gotta embrace those guys.
Okay, well, one of my trying to keep you guys on track, so it doesn't go very well. And I'm just gonna slip this in right before we move on. Tanner's convinced me I'm also gonna go with Mystico and Mascara Dorada. I've changed my mind.
The Lucha Dragons. Yeah. Right, Zach?
So officially, we're on the same page, Tanner.
There we go.
Unbelievable.
Let's get to Umino and Pac. You guys mentioned it for the Global Heavyweight Championship. Probably another real good showcase, but probably Pac not winning that title, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
As they did we need another match, so Pac gets on TV and his arms are folded, and he challenged Umino to a match, and now they're having one, and we really haven't heard from Umino at all. That's how you do it. You go on, you get your 1 minute of TV time, and you challenge for a title, and then they give it to you.
Only there was a ranking system.
If only there was a ranking system. Yeah, I think it's going to be another good match, but nobody's picking Pac, right?
No,
I am not.
All right. John Moxley and Bandito for the AEW Continental Championship, Tanner. This one's intriguing to me because of all the threads the Death Riders seem to have around, and for Bandito, who's come back with Brody King, and they lost with some shenanigans the other day, and it was very just non AEW like the title belt comes in and they actually get the pin, and it just wasn't very AEW like. So what do you think about this match?
Yeah, you're right. That finish wasn't very AEW like. I do hope that this match, however, is very AEW like, because I think putting Bandito and Jon Moxley is a recipe for success on pay-per-view. Don't know if Bandito's quite the guy to take the title off of him, so I'm probably going to lean Moxley in this one, but I think we could be in for a pretty good match with those two.
Yes, Lee Versage.
Oh, okay. Zach, Tanner, can I interest you that there will be more shenanigans in this match? And that Moxley pinned Brody King after the use of the title belt on Dynamite. Pretty much he will do the same thing in this match. Why? Because now it's going to start to get under the skin of Will Ospreay. The cheating tactics of the Death Riders is going to start to bug Will Ospreay, and that he's associated now with guys who are doing that to win, leading to Moxley and Will Ospreay at Redemption.
See that kind of disgracing the rules of the Continental Championship as well.
Yep. I was gonna say I'd like to throw my hand up here and provide a counter to what you're saying.
Okay.
I've got my hand up here. I'm still waiting to be called on. Okay, thank you. Yeah. So I was gonna counter saying, but that would go against the Continental rules of the Continental Championship match.
But that's the whole idea.
And and Will Ospreay finds that he not sticking up by his word, sticking by his word, Jon Moxley.
Exactly. Not doing things the right way. Therefore, Will Ospreay challenges Moxley for that Continental Championship to get the way to do it properly back. I found it really odd that they did the title belt, and it feels to me like they did it for a reason, and I think that reason is going to continue at this show. I'm picking Jon Moxley with shenanigans to beat Bandito.
Just so you're aware, Lee, we are off from the WWE reviews, so we don't have to bring this over into the AEW
Hey,
side.
we saw it on Wednesday. We saw shenanigans.
I know.
I know. End.
I know.
WWE-ish.
It was. I was a little surprised. But I am going to pick Jon Moxley to retain the championship and continue to be one of my guys that I really like on this roster.
Right. So no opinion on how he's going to get it done. Just that he's going to get it done and beat Bandito clean.
Just what I want from my Continental Champion, Lee. That's what I want.
I'm intrigued by Tekla and Starlight Kid because of the build that they've done with the owner of Stardom, but I don't quite get what the payoff is going to be. So I would like either of you to explain this to me in the, Tekla got fired for putting hands on the owner. They've showed she was back there last week putting hands on the owner again. And, the title Starlight Kid held it up because they had it in the ring. I don't understand what the payoff is. Do you guys?
Could it be leading to more appearances of Tekla in Stardom? Is that the payoff?
Is the payoff that Starlight Kid's going to win the AEW Women's Championship?
I have a hard time buying that.
The thing is, to go to Lee's point here, is that Tony Khan has said that Starlight Kid is somebody that he has wanted in the promotion for a while. Now, could that be promoter speak of him because he's booked this match together? Or is that something legitimate with him where he's like, no, I'm a big Starlight Kid guy and I want to see her in AEW? You could throw that in there if you want. That could be something.
I don't disagree because I don't have another answer other than Like Tekla's the biggest women's star in the company, and it's not even close. But so she's just gonna beat Starlight Kid, and the owner and Starlight Kid whimper away back to stardom, and then she continues her reign. Like, what's actually happening here? I'm going to pick an upset and pick Starlight Kid to win the title, and keep her in the picture, and keep stardom in the picture, and keep the owner somewhat involved in the storyline as well, because I don't understand where it's going if that doesn't happen.
And to go to your point as well there, Lee, like, it's not like this has just been randomly brought up out of the blue. Like, literally from day one, when Tekla debuted, they mentioned this as part of her background from Stardom.
And they have been promoting that, and they've been, especially going into this match, they've been promoting it heavily.
Yep.
I like what you guys are selling. I just don't know if I'm quite there. I think that Tekla wins and they keep it open for the future. I just have a hard time seeing All In being anything but Tekla and Mercedes Moné for the women's championship.
Yeah, I agree. I don't even think that it's one of those that Tekla goes over there and wins it back or something like rather quick. Because I agree with you on the main event for All In. Zach, who are you picking in this match?
Lee, there's a part of me that wants to shed the Safety Sam moniker that has been bestowed upon me and go Starlight Kid here, just to really like shake things up.
So you're not.
So I'm not, Lee. I'm keeping the hard hat on. I'm keeping my Safety Sam gimmick. I'm keeping my safety checklist by my side.
Yeah.
And I am going to pick Tekla, but it is intriguing. It is very, very intriguing. I don't think this is the end of this story either way. Like, I could totally see Tekla going to Stardom and continuing to reign havoc over there.
Okay. I'm open for it. I just don't know what the next thing is if she just beats her clean and that's it.
Yep.
Who was it? Was it the Destruction Crew before the Beverly Brothers? It was Mike Enos and Wayne Bloom, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
The Destruction Crew, and they wore their hard hats, safety vests to the ring in AWA.
Are you saying I am a long-lost member of the Destruction Crew?
I'm saying you're not a Beverly brother. That's for sure.
I want to do the spike finisher that they did, lift them up and spike the jobber into the mat.
And ram their heads into the mat and give guys concussions and neck injuries, and the unsafest finisher in the history of wrestling.
Yes. You got to see some Beverly Brothers there, Tanner. I think you would enjoy.
You're not missing all that much, but their finisher in the WWE was just atrocious. It was like lifting a guy up for a backdrop, but then ramming his head into the mat from way up. And guys looked like they got seriously hurt.
Yeah.
All the time.
Especially jobbers. It was, it was something. So you'll get to see the glory of Mike Enos. So
the Women's Owen Hart Cup final has Mercedes Moné against Maya World, who we did not expect to be in this. I don't have much to say on this match because we all think Mercedes Moné is going to win. I'm going to believe. I would love to hear otherwise from you guys. I don't think I'm going to do that. But I will say my biggest takeaway so far is how stupid they have made Athena look again. They have made her look so stupid so many times. And so it's not that she got beat by Maya World in the semifinals. It's that once again, she gets beat in a big spot by a relative nobody so that she can't go up and like actually attain something as, you know, the longest reigning Ring of Honor champion of all time. It's the fact that she gets involved and like sets her up for the beatdown and looks really happy about it afterwards with Mercedes Moné, like she's accomplished something when she just got beat by her. Like they just make her look so stupid. I don't know what it is, but it's starting to bother me with her.
Well, you know, some of us on this show said, I don't think Athena is as highly thought of in AEW than I think we as the fans believe.
Yes.
And it was on full display again during this tournament. Now, I think in this case, I think they saw, because the whole thing with the Maya World push has been, her brother died tragically.
Yeah.
And they're using this as a way to kind of elevate her through the tournament. Obviously, they said, if you want to take the time off, you can take the time off. She's wrestling. And I think they've turned this into a storyline, and now it's brought her to the final. So I think they just saw that. It's like, well, let's do something here and try something different as opposed to something predictable. And so you have a different sort of main event. And Mercedes can be somebody that can bring the best out of a lot of people. You can make the argument with Stephanie Vaquer when she had her match with Mercedes Moné. Now, I remember that match more for Stephanie Vaquer being incredible and Mercedes being like, oh, it doesn't seem as on point. But I think in this one, I'm interested to see how these two will mesh. I think Maya World, this is the biggest spot of her career. And I'm pretty sure that she's going to go out there and try and show that this shouldn't be the end for her push, and that she's somebody that could continue to be somebody that could be a name in the division. So all that to say, I am picking Mercedes Moné, but I understood the wave through to try and get Maya World. And I know, Safety Sam, hard hat, little checklist. There's another one, safe passing the inspection here. But I don't think they're going to pull off the upset here.
How many of the underdogs are you picking, by the way?
Well, we're going to find out as we get through this card. I don't know.
I guess so. Tanner, Mercedes Moné winning, right?
Yeah, I mentioned it with my Tekla pick earlier. I just don't see a world where it's not Mercedes and Tekla at all in. And yeah, I'm sure it'll be a good showing for Maya, but yeah, Mercedes. It's a 0% chance that Maya World is going to win, right, Tech?
Clip that. I'm clipping that and playing that for later.
Okay.
I have not been thrilled, and I'd like to hear some arguments to the contrary. I've not been thrilled about the build between Cope and Cage and the Dogs for the AEW Tag Team Championship. And a lot was made on social media this week that they got the glasses from, the mid 2000s with Edge and Christian and the kazoos and the really weird glasses at the end. But they did this all of a sudden they're brawling with the Dogs in the stairway, but the Young Bucks are being interviewed, and then they're beating them up, and then they stop to say hi to them, which was nice. And then they go through the doors and they're continuing to beat them up, but something happens. And then all of a sudden they're on the losing end of it. I just feel like this whole feud has been built with the Dogs just leaving them laying in the back every time. You know what we'll do? We'll do another backstage brawl. They'll leave them laying. It'll be really cool. Maybe I just don't believe in the Dogs, but I don't have any real intrigue in this match. And I feel like I should.
This kind of feels like a match on the card.
Yeah. Does it feel more to you guys?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, it feels like they got the titles on Cope and Cage, and they might have picked the least interesting possible opponents to put them up against before we get to the more interesting stuff towards Redemption and Forbidden Door.
But are they trying to pick them because they were in New Japan? So it's I guess, yeah. It's almost Forbidden Door, but it's not, but it's almost.
Yeah, I think you're definitely onto something there, but the Dogs don't really do it for me. I love Gabe Kidd, but yeah.
Another one that got hit by the visa issue, Gabe Kidd, unfortunately. Yep. So yeah, not Forbidden Door, more like selective entry door with this one. It's like, I guess you kind of but
whose quote was it? I saw that said it's more like the angry cupboard.
Yes. Yeah. You know what? I think that's
was that Zack Sabre Jr. or is that someone else?
I do not recall, unfortunately, but it does sound like something Zack Sabre Jr. would say. But yeah, I mean, this feud, they try to light a ring attendant on fire, Lee, and Tanner, as you do, you ever just want to walk in, you see somebody's like, you know what? I got a box of matches with me. I'm just going to light this work crew member on fire. And then you realize, oh, it's actually the person I'm feuding with, and they come back or whatever. I know that was the week before, but it's still stuck in my mind. They try to light up somebody on fire, unprovoked. I'm going to pick Edge and Christian. I know that's not their name, but I keep calling them that. I'm going to pick them to retain, beat the Dogs here.
As am I.
Yeah, I would agree. And it was Zack Sabre Jr. And sorry, it was a naughty cupboard.
A naughty cupboard. There you go. That is definitely Zack Sabre
Yeah, but that's a strong transition into Kenny Omega and Zack Sabre Jr. And I would put to you that they have done a worse job on TV promoting this match by talking. I feel like neither guy is very strong on the microphone. So when you get two guys that aren't very good on the microphone but are pretty good in the ring, can we just say, I want to beat you and you provide a really strong challenge and I really want to beat you, so that's why we're going to wrestle?
Sound like me, Lee.
I don't understand. Every time I watch them, like the music's playing this week on Dynamite and Zack Sabre Jr. like goes over, no, I'm not done, and grab the mic and says, try and stay out of the hospital. Ooh, like we don't know that Kenny Omega has been in the hospital over the last couple of years.
Fighting words.
Like, just have two of the best wrestlers say, like, we want to prove ourselves and I got to beat you to feel better. Right? Like, is Kenny Omega a guaranteed winner in this match is more my question.
I don't think it's 100% guaranteed.
Yeah, I don't either.
I think, well, number one, to go off of your point, it's like, you mean to tell me you don't want Kenny Omega in the ring cutting a promo being like, this is Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. is one of the names and faces of New Japan Pro Wrestling. I don't even know what CMDK is.
Right.
Like, what does that mean?
What does it stand for?
What's it stand for?
Brutal.
And then like, they don't tell you what it stands for. It's like, oh, guys.
Kenny, stop. Like, it's, we've seen Zack Sabre Jr. on this screen. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you that just keep it simple. It's like two of the best of their respective promotions. This feels like a Forbidden Door match on paper, right? Like Kenny Omega versus Zack Sabre Jr. We haven't seen this match in years. Like, this is an opportunity to say, this is the Forbidden Door. Like, this is what the Forbidden Door can bring, all these dream matches. But yeah, the build has just kind of been odd and clunky. And I think I very much believe it's going to disappear by the time the bell rings and people realize, oh, it's Kenny Omega and it's Zack Sabre Jr. But they've not done a great job of bringing this over the top. To answer your question about, do I think it's 100%? No, I'm still leaning towards Kenny Omega, but I could, this is one of those situations where I think it's more 60-40 with Kenny as opposed to 100%.
I don't know how much it hurts him if he's just going to go on and be in the main event scene anyway after this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, does he have to win this match? And for Zack Sabre Jr., it would be a massive win for him and New Japan over a Kenny Omega when they haven't looked great on the night so far. So this one, to me, I'm actually like you. I am going to pick Kenny Omega, but I think it's closer than people think that it is.
Yeah, I think I would agree. That's where I'm at. I'm probably a little bit stronger towards Kenny than a 60-40. I'm probably closer like a 75-25, 80-20, but I think we're in for a good match. I mean, when you have those two in the ring, but yeah, give me Kenny Omega.
I don't know which one I want to do. I am going to go to the main event, the steel cage match. And first ask you guys a question that was asked to me by the super fan Ben Sublier. Held that for a while.
It's good.
Are there really going to be 12 guys in one cage coming up on the weekend? Like, is this one cage and one ring and 12 guys in it? Seems like a lot of people for one cage, does it not? And like standing on the apron and like halfway down the sides of each.
Reaching out for the tag,
Like, I don't know. It seems a little bit awkward to me.
Well, their cages are usually bigger than you would think. Their steel cage matches, because it's not surrounding the ring. They give them some space to go on the outside. So I think it's going to, like, once we actually see it in person, I think it's going to be all right. I guess, are you alluding to maybe they do, I don't want to say war game style, but something similar?
Exactly.
Where they're on the outside, there's a timer and everybody has to come in or whatever.
I just don't see 12 people in there all at once and to be able to make sense of it. If you had 2 rings, fine. If you did War Games thing, fine. But it just seems like a lot of clunky stuff from the beginning. Anyway, it is Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, Konosuke Takeshita, and Darby Allin, who I thought said something really odd on Dynamite, against MJF and Don Callis family, which is Kevin Knight, Kyle Fletcher, Jake Doyle, Kazuchika Okada, and Andrade. I didn't love that Darby. The question, like, are you guys ready for this type of match? And Darby's like, actually, no, I'm not ready, but we have to be, because this is Mark Briscoe's shot. And I'm like, of anybody that's not ready for a 12-person steel cage match, is the death-defying, I'll do anything at any time and take any bump from any place, anywhere, ever. Darby Allin's not ready as one of the 12 members in a steel cage match. It seems like the lightest thing he's done in a year.
Yeah, last couple of months.
And he's like, I'm not ready, but I have to be, because guys, this is Mark's shot. All right, I'm anxious to hear you guys and what you think is going to happen. If Mark Briscoe's team wins, Mark Briscoe gets the title shot against MJF. And who wins, Tanner?
I think I'm going with Team Briscoe in this one. Should be a pretty chaotic match, but I don't see the point in building this all up for Briscoe to possibly get that shot only for him not to get it. And I know, like, you guys have talked about it a bit on the program, and as has Ben, maybe the endings of that Briscoe MJF match is where you start to plant the seeds for Omega to come in and set up the match for redemption. But yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense for Briscoe to win here and for them to do that program on Dynamite in the next couple of weeks.
The only thing I would say that counters that, Tanner, and Zach, we'll get to your thoughts, is that as we sit here today, it is what, June 25th today?
It is.
Redemption's on July 26th, and this is a Thursday night. So the pay-per-view's on the 30th. They're going to have 25 days once the pay-per-view is over to get in a Mark Briscoe MJF main event for the world title match, somehow involve Kenny Omega in that, and then build up to Redemption in Montreal to sell tickets that Kenny Omega is going to be in a world title match. It all feels very rushed to me. And that's all I'll say before I give my pick. Zach, what do you think?
Well, interesting you mentioned that, because Darby Allin, when he won his match against Andrade, got the title shot. He challenged for the championship that same week, and that was all part of a story of him like defending it each week and whatnot. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen here with Mark Briscoe, but I'm saying more, they've shown this pattern before where they are willing to go right into it in that first week. My pick is also going to be Briscoe's team. I'm in the same mindset here with Tanner in the sense that they could have this title match on Dynamite. They could have something that could pop a number, and then that could also be something that sets up a program afterwards. I'm not seeing Mark Briscoe winning the world championship here at any point, but this is something that I think they're just going to continue to establish this as a feud between he and MJF. It was interesting. I saw a clip before we started recording. It was Mark Briscoe doing an interview, and he was comparing his like hatred, like he was staying in kayfabe, obviously, but he was comparing his hatred to like those long rivals of the past, like Dusty and Flair and stuff like that, like a long running rivalry with MJF. And we saw they had the match last year. I wonder if that's what they're trying to do here with Mark Briscoe and have it be a long-term play where eventually, like, he's beaten him before, but he's not been able to beat him for the championship. Could be something down the line that once they put this match together again, that's something for people to see. I wonder if that's what they're kind of doing here, is not only getting this feud in between for something on TV, but similar to what we saw with Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland with their segment a couple of weeks ago, where it was not only like a segment to build up their match, but their overall feud. I wonder if that's something that they're looking at here to try and build an overall feud between these two, because they've been locked together quite a bit longer than you would expect.
So I am going to go against you guys. I don't think that this is going to happen. It just feels way too set up that you think that the good guys are going to win here. You have the Andrade, MJF. They're on the same team, but they're not on the same page and costing them the victory. Mark Briscoe beat MJF last time. Again, I think it feels too rushed, and I don't mind something happening in this match that prevents Mark Briscoe from getting the championship, that they can still go on. You said, oh, they can pop a number. Like MJF and Mark Briscoe, to me, doesn't pop a number. It's not a match that I'm like, I have to see this. Now, they could do what you said, Sunday night, that Mark Briscoe gets the shot. He wants it Wednesday. They do a big Dynamite coming up on Wednesday, and they get it kind of done and over with. So that's a very, very realistic possibility for sure. But I think it's a better story that MJF beats Mark Briscoe. Somebody else costs Mark Briscoe the chance to have the title match. Mark Briscoe maybe isn't too conglomerating with the rest of the group if somebody else costs them the victory. You certainly have spill off from that. And if MJF leaves them in a pool of blood at the end, I know we talked about the Age of Fall, Zach, before on this show, but if whatever it takes for MJF to not only beat Briscoe, but leave him laying, and Kenny Omega as the god comes and saves Mark Briscoe from the devil, I think you need to start selling that match right away. I think you need a month to do it. I think the build up for Omega, because I think he's going to beat MJF for the title in Montreal. I really believe that. He's only going to have the title for a month himself before somebody else gets it. We'll talk about who that might be in a minute. But I just think it doesn't make sense to keep going with the Briscoe thing when you could have Mark Briscoe not be happy with some of the other members in the group. Like, I will give you that Darby Allin costs Mark Briscoe the chance, does something like Daredevil, but it doesn't work out and Darby Allin gets pinned. Now Mark Briscoe is pissed at Darby Allin for doing something so daredevilish because he was only thinking of himself, and he cost Mark Briscoe the title shot. And now crazy Mark Briscoe against crazy Darby Allin. Like, I'm there for that. But I think you need to get to MJF and Omega. And I think for MJF to leave Briscoe laying and like beating him to a pulp. Because remember, it was Mark Briscoe that sent MJF away. He beat him up so bad in that, what was it, ladders and thumbtacks or
tables and tacks
match. It's a good match, but he sent MJF away and beat him up real good. And maybe it's payback now. They've done everything on TV to make you think that MJF is going to lose this. And I feel like this card, although I'm very much looking forward to it, is very predictable. And I think they're going to make their champion look really good at the hands of a guy who is not going to be the world champion anyway in Mark Briscoe. So I am going to pick MJF and the Don Callis family in the main event. So let's get to Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland. I'm so excited about it. It's just another match between two Tanner of the greats of AEW right now. And what are your thoughts heading into this match with Swerve Strickland? 2-0, by the way, against Will Ospreay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty jacked up for this one. These are probably my two favorite wrestlers in the company, so bring it on. Their last two matches were pretty good. I remember watching it with you at the Super Fans House, and we quite enjoyed that. This time, I do think it's going the other way. It's just time. It's time for Will Ospreay to win the title at Wembley. If they don't do it, I think we're getting onto the level of Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns that one year, which I think you guys made that comp a couple weeks ago. So yeah, I think the real winner here is going to be us, because this might be the match of the year.
Zach,
I'm so fired up.
The real winner is us.
Yeah, we're the real winners here.
Zach will text the group, wrestling is back.
Yep. Can't wait for that. I will be firing off that text so quickly. It'll be unreal. I will be so excited I might fall down into a tub like Ospreay did on Dynamite this past week.
That? We all like that was legit, right?
Oh, absolutely. The reactions that they had to that, like that was great. This should be a great match. I'm excited for it. This is the good kind of predictable. It's building up the anticipation. You've set it up there. Swerve's beaten Ospreay in the past, and it's all about the journey over to Wembley with All In. You're coming along for the ride here, so you're building the anticipation of wanting to see the win. And I'm gonna pick Will Ospreay. I thought Swerve cut a great promo a few weeks back. We talked about it on the show, so I will tell people to go back and listen to that episode for my full thoughts on that. But it really set the foundation for a lot of this, not only for this match, but for the matches after this one between these two. And this should be awesome. I can't wait. I'm very much looking forward to this.
Okay, tiny fear though. I'm picking Will Ospreay as well. Tiny fear. Like I'm like you, Tanner. I think it's my favorite two guys in the company. And when they're wrestling, it's like, please just get out of the way. You don't need a story. You don't need anything else. Just let us watch this match. The tiny fear I have is that the Death Riders are going to help Will Ospreay win this match. And Will's not going to be happy. Swerve Strickland's going to have a right to not be happy. And yes, Will Ospreay gets the main event spot at Wembley, but he did it with help. And he'll be pissed about that. They'll play that out on TV against Moxley. But there is a tiny fear that there will be interference in a match I don't want interference to be in. Do we think it's possible?
Yeah, I wouldn't rule it out. I think that also provides the build for that Ospreay Moxley match you threw around, possibly for redemption, and then maybe you run Moxley Swerve at All In.
Zach's pontificating right now. He's got his finger across his mouth in the thinking position.
I am the thinking man's podcaster, Lee.
You are. That means dead air usually, but possible.
I think it's possible.
Probable.
That's where I become the thinking man's podcaster.
No, that's where you become Safety Sam. I'm asking you a question. Is it going to happen? Yes or no? It's not a 50-50. He's gonna air Tanner on the side of no because he really wants to pick no, but in the back of his mind, he knows it is possible.
This is the worst gimmick to have because I can't. I second guess all my decisions. I didn't ask for this gimmick. I went to creative. They said, "Look, we picked from the box of gimmicks, and this is your gimmick." So this is what I'm getting. I'm leaning towards no.
Of course you are.
Will pro wrestling still be back if it happens?
Because you want to believe that the answer is no.
Damn right.
Yeah. I'm leaning towards yes, that they do this. I won't be thrilled about it, but I do understand if they want to cause some tension because it can still be a great match. And they get that little tiny Will didn't want help, but he got help. But Moxley and the Death Riders, like, we're guaranteeing you the spot at All In, like you and your home country and the world title. Like, we're guaranteeing that for you. You should be happy, and Will's not happy. And it does lead to a match in Montreal, and Swerve's got a right to be pissed at that point.
Yeah.
At Will, at everybody else.
That's why I kicked back. I thought about it because it's a great thought, Lee, in the sense that I don't want that to happen, but it's great thought because I could totally see it happen, you know? And unfortunately, I could see it, but I am leaning towards no because you know we just finished the Night of Champions review, and we went all through all those possibilities. All those possibilities being a run-in in most of the matches, including a steel cage match. So the fact that in the main event of this one, we were discussing that as a possibility was not something that I could really sleep well with, but it is a possibility. But I'm going to say, you know what? They're going to hold on to it, and it's going to be Ospreay and Swerve, and Ospreay's going to get the definitive pinfall victory. What? It's not going to happen, but I'm going to stick by it.
Should be a great pay-per-view. Forbidden Door coming up on Sunday night, 8:00 Eastern time. And we will have a full review very shortly after that is done. But speaking of reviews, we go back to last week and the season finale of C4 down at the Preston Event Center, with the main event being a double dog collar match. Tanner, you were there. We are very excited to hear about how the season wrapped up for C4. And just to let people know who maybe haven't listened before, they do have, you know, like almost like a school year. It starts in September with the beginning of the season, or like, you know, the National Hockey League starts in September, October, wraps up in June. Now they do have one of their biggest show, Fighting Back, where they give all the proceeds back to cancer research, coming up in August, but that's not really a part of their kind of storytelling time. It's more of an exhibition. So this was the season finale last week at the Preston Event Center, Tanner. So like paint a picture for us.
Yeah, I was there last Friday night. Very nice to be back. I've missed a couple shows, which is the first time I think 2 or 3 in a row, which is the first time it's happened since I started going to C4, which is crazy, but great to be back at the Preston.
World traveler, Tanner Reil. So
right.
Couldn't go because I was, you know, in Mexico. I was in Tremblant. I was here. I was there. Like
trying to find Sin Cara in Mexico.
Yeah,
getting all the travel done in the off season. You know.
Yeah.
Totally wasn't all booked before we started doing some content, but I'll let you keep running with that narratively.
Yes.
Yeah, it was great to be back at the Preston. Very busy down in Little Italy because there was also Italian Fest going on, and no parking available across the street. So I don't envy Mark at all trying to put everything together, but they still did a solid job at that. Real quick, just want to mention off the top also, you mentioned Fighting Back. That's going down Friday, August 14th in support of the Canadian Cancer Society. Always just like to say, if you can make it to one C4 event per year, definitely make it that one. They've raised over $700,000, and some talent announcements coming soon on their social media, but usually they get a pretty big name for that one. And it'll be the Invitational Rumble. So definitely check that out. But
I have a name for you already that I think is possible.
Okay.
But I'll throw it out right now. I think it's possible. We saw that Andrade was coming to MLP, I believe within the week. And I know it's not exactly Fighting Back, but it's also the Dynamite that they have. AEW's Dynamite has not been announced for that particular Wednesday before the show. And I'm wondering if it's close, is Andrade, because he is going to show up at Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling the week before, does he have a chance to be that guy on a Friday night? Because he would be obviously a big name.
That would be an interesting name.
I would
Very interesting.
be all over that.
Junior Benito and Andrade.
I was just thinking that name too. Junior Benito against Andrade. Yeah. That would be something.
There you go. Yeah.
Lee's going to be getting a text from Mark.
I was just going to say, I'll probably get a message from Mark. Just saying,
guys, so why are you saying this, Andrade? I'm just putting together that Andrade just was announced for Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling the week before.
You're being a good host. You're like, here are the possibilities, right?
Well, yeah, I don't even know if it's a possibility. Yeah. I'm just saying that the guy, it's in Windsor, but the guy's in Canada in the same week. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
Got to point out the facts sometimes. Sorry, Tim.
Yep.
But yeah, I think we can jump around the card a little bit here. As you mentioned, the double dog collar match was the main event. We had the Tabernacle team taking on the Butcher and the Blade. Built this up from one of their previous shows. I believe it was Matthew St. Jacques against the Blade that kind of set this up. The two of them wrestled to a draw on one of the prior ones. So we've got this match here. Nice to see the Butcher and the Blade back as a team. They are C4 regulars, but it's been a while since we've had both of them on the same card. I know recently departing AEW, so hopefully we see them a little bit more. But yeah, really cool seeing a dog collar match in person, let alone a double one. Very violent match, a bit of blood. They were brawling all on the outside. And yeah, it was a fantastic match. Those chains sure are pretty loud in person, I'll tell you that.
Oh, really? I was just going to say, how did the dynamic work of having a chain match like that in that building?
It worked well. I mean, a lot of echo with the long chains, but
yep.
It worked well. I mean, mostly in the ring, but a bit on the outside as well. And using the chains to pull each other around as you would kind of expect. They did the hanging spot that you usually get. Actually, both guys on opposite sides of the rings being hung at the same time by opposing teams. And then the two guys who were in the ring came to fight each other at the same time. And yeah, it was very good. Wow. But in the end, it was TDT getting the win with a submission, a double submission there.
Oh,
my guy, Zach.
Your guys?
Yeah.
You're a TDT guy?
Of course I am. Yes. Come on. Americans, the Butcher and the Blade? You get to support the Canadian guys, Zach.
Of course. The French Canadian lumberjack style with the plaid jacket.
We could get you in a flannel and get you in the ring with them. And...
Well, the funny thing, I do own some flannel, so maybe I could. I
was talking to Lee, but yeah, we'll get you in there too.
Oh,
we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. That's
you
true.
And your boy Twiggy.
That's what I mean. Like, how can you not even? It's your guy, Twiggy.
Yeah, my boy Twiggy. Yeah, that guy. I will say with TDT though, that's an act that's been over for so long. They've got it down to a T at this point, and no surprise that they continue to be over wherever they go. So,
love their entrance theme.
Yes,
I love that.
It always gets a big pop in the building.
Another standout for me was my guy, Lee, my guy, the V guy, Von Vertigo, V's to the sky. No, that's my guy. No. When you were riding the McCray Martin line, I was on this guy. So Von Vertigo defending against Mark Wheeler, Brent Banks, and Evil Uno, the C4 Underground Championship. And the whole premise here is the V guy is inviting all these heels into this match because they're going to play into the Von Vertigo rules.
Right.
Which is no fighting outside the ring and no weapons. Pretty genius, if you ask me. I mean,
did it happen? Did all of them adhere?
They did, until the ref got taken out.
Oh,
which was quite funny. There were a few moments where they were all trying to get around the referee and low blow each other.
I did see the spot.
Yeah, I saw that clip.
Yeah, chairs all came in and all four of them did the Eddie Guerrero spot at the exact same time.
My guy Von Vertigo shared that, so I did see that.
Yeah, phenomenal stuff. Just incredible. That is my type of comedy wrestling right there.
You're a big fan of the kick in the groin, headbutt into the groin.
Yes.
Groin, like all the groin spots.
The heel spots, yes. Just the heels being heels and trying to out-heel each other. It's great. Yes. Give me that over a lot of other comedy wrestling any day. But yeah, this is a great match. I'm stoked to see Von Vertigo continue as the C4 Underground champion.
Before you go, I'm trying to forget what Von Vertigo had to say at it was a series of unfortunate events when he shared that clip. So I thought that was good. My guy and me were on the same wavelength with the puns.
I never took you as a pun guy there, Lee.
Oh, I'm very punny.
You're very punny?
Yeah, I'm very punny. I just move on and let other people laugh. I don't have to call it out all the time.
Right.
Right.
You just let the moment, simmer, right? Like you're in the moment.
0% chance, Zach. Can win. All right. Go ahead.
One of your other guys there, a couple of your guys in this match, Fresh Air and Northern Thunder, Pretty good tag team match there.
London stinks. Like, just come on, man. Be more like McRae, more like Junior finding his heel side and some other times. How was this match? First time ever that they faced each other. That was a surprise to me.
Yeah, about time. And I mean, some real chemistry there between these four all coming up kind of together. And yeah, it was really great to see. About time. And yeah, just phenomenal match. I really enjoy seeing these four work together. They've got something special with Northern Thunder, and we already know how good Fresh Air is. Bit of shenanigans at the end with Junior accidentally spearing McRae through a door.
Oh.
Which ended up costing them the match as Northern Thunder hit their big finish to get the win. But it wouldn't last for long as Project 8100 came in for the beatdown, the tag team champions. These are my guys too. I love Project 8100. Beat down Northern Thunder and got on the mic saying that they were pissed off that they were booked on the pre-show despite being the champions. And now they're going to run roughshod and go right through the entire division and take out these teams one by one. And
the Miz's gimmick for the Intercontinental Championship. I get it, Zach.
Yeah.
That's an interesting comp. I wasn't expecting that comp to make its way into the C4 review.
Not happy on the pre-show with the Intercontinental Championship. He just ran roughshod through everybody.
Had to make a statement on the main card.
Yep.
Look, if you're going to make a statement, it's definitely against these two teams. I was surprised too when they revealed that those two teams hadn't faced off against each other. I guess because Storm Rider's still kind of newish compared to the other three. Yeah. Maybe that's why that's kind of held them back. But when I remember seeing that announcement, I was like, oh yeah, these two teams haven't faced off against each other. So what a time to do it now. And that's a team that I think both of them really on the come up here. I'm very excited to see where Northern Thunder goes. Did you see now that London Lightning, he's putting over his smallest package, Lee? Like he says he's got the smallest package.
I saw that. He's making up for it in other ways with his physique.
Yes.
Because he needs to do something to compensate for the small package.
Yes. He's been finishing a lot of his opponents with the small package recently. So
that's pretty good.
Yes. So big things, small packages.
For a guy that I don't like in London Lightning, he's pretty creative.
With some heat there. Some heat going on.
Hey, big time me a couple times. Hey, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Bring your brother up the same way. Big time in people. When my guy McRae Martin's one of the men of the people.
Still a big hot stepper guy, eh? Like
I'd give it a month. Give it a month.
Give it a month. Wait for the new wrestler of the month to come in.
What do you mean? Tanner's like, oh, they're also my guys. They're also my guys. They're also my guys.
Yeah, I've been pretty consistent. I'm on Von Vertigo and I'm on Project 8100. And 8100 made a statement there. They went right after Storm Rider's arm. He might be on the shelf for a little bit.
Oh, good.
He's got to pay his dues, the young kid.
That's what I mean. Yeah. These are tag team champions, man. My guys, Project 8100.
Hopefully not gone on the shelf too long because they have a acclaimed tag team title match coming up at Starmageddon next week. So hopefully they'll be ready in time.
Who are they facing?
They're taking on Project 8100.
Oh.
Or, well, they're part of the Natural Born All-Stars stable in Acclaim. So that's coming up. So hopefully the arm will be well rested by that point for Starmageddon 16.
Excellent.
That's your guy, Dexter Doom, Zach. I know you two are pretty good friends.
Oh, well, you know, when he's not trying to kick my ass every time he sees me when I walk into the building, I have to try and stay in my little corner when I'm doing commentary. And like, as he stares me down, he's like, McGibbon, we got to talk. And I was like, oh, well,
that's exactly why that's one of my guys.
Zach. I figured as much.
Big Dexter Doom guy. And
pretty sure that's when we all walked into C4 and left you up in the booth by yourself. We understand Dexter Dooms.
Yeah. Next time we're going to send him up there first, though.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I can't wait.
You'll be going off the balcony just like our guy Myung Jae Lee did a couple years ago.
Jack, but I will also accept the Myung Jae Lee comp. Bombs away.
Speaking of Myung Jae Lee, he defeated Darian Bengston in this match. First time ever. I believe it was his C4 debut, not a talent I'm overly familiar with, but can tell you, Young Jay Lee got busted open the hard way in this one.
Ooh.
Got a little bit of color before taking the win. So props to him. I thought it was a really good match. He continues to climb the ranks here. Was the underground champion before Von Vertigo. So yeah, I'm a big Young Jay Lee guy.
Gilmore Girls. That's my guy. That is my guy.
Yeah, he had the shirt. Great.
I do love the Young Jay Lee likes ice cream shirt.
Yes, big ice cream fan.
I'm a big ice cream guy too.
Yeah. That's a man of the people right there. Like ice cream, Gilmore Girls. How can you not hate something?
Last name's Lee. Like he's one of my
knew
guys.
that would be like that. You're already sold at that point.
Well, he's one of my guys. Like he's my guy.
Both of you have been all like, oh, that's my guy. Oh, that's my guy. Oh, that's my guy.
Here's the thing, Zach. First of all, we don't have people that hate us like you do. And then second of all, we're like putting over the talent. They're the same guys. Tanner and I have great taste. Von Vertigo, Project 8100, Gilmore Girls. Like, come on. Like, we're on the same page here. Zach, it's you that's on the outside of this.
Which is ironic, but considering, look, I'm listening along. I'm hearing the review.
It's not ironic, Zach. When you don't have takes on anything and you split everything right down the middle, you often get left behind by the people who do have the takes.
Well, I do know one of Zach's guys, and that's Johnny DeLuca.
Oh,
I am a Johnny DeLuca guy. Yes, I am pretty high on him.
Well, he had an open challenge, didn't he?
That's right. So at the start of the season, it was Stu Grayson running these open challenges. And if someone were to beat him, they would earn a contract with C4 basically for the entire season. So DeLuca won one of those matches earlier in the year and has been featured throughout the season. So now he thought it was appropriate to come full circle at the season finale and hold an open challenge. And of course, it was none other than the current Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling World Champion, Stu Grayson, that came out to answer it. So coming full circle. I will say I love DeLuca's promo beforehand, talking about how much of a dump Ottawa is and how Hamilton is the most beautiful city in the world.
Oh,
except when you go downtown, which I thought that part was kind of fun.
Okay, that's pretty funny. Look, he's speaking truth to power, like it's can't be wrong with that. Why but the Luca guy? Like that's something that you gotta hear, right? Like that Donnie DeLuca's just stating the facts. He's got the Brian Myers thing going. Face the facts, So I thought that would pop you, Tanner. I thought the face the facts thing would get a big rise out of you, but
I can't even gas up Kurt Hawkins or Brian Myers, whatever his name is. All right.
So that's the blind. Primo Epico, good. Kurt Hawkins, thumbs down.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he's no Lars Sullivan.
Oh, wow.
Okay, we really have digressed here from.
Yes. Anyway, Stu answered the challenge, much to the chagrin of DeLuca. Stu did get the win with his backbreaker, and looks like he's also just off topic taking more bookings. It seems I saw he's opened up to going to the States, so maybe we'll be seeing Stu Grayson a little bit more across North America.
Yeah, he got his visa recently, I believe. So, well, clearly because now he's able to work the States. I think it helps with the Maple Leaf Pro bookings that he was able to acquire that. So hopefully he gets some opportunities down in the States. I think he's a tremendous wrestler that should get more bookings. He's a crazy person sometimes. Like he was in that Infinite Rumble for Mystery Wrestling. He was in there for 5 hours. Well, Stu Grace was in there for 5 hours. Yes. Official.
Yes, I got to say also that title, he brought the title to C4. Like he wore it out.
Yeah.
What a gorgeous belt. Like in person. Oh my God, it's nice.
Yeah, looks real good.
But I feel like we're bearing the lead a little bit here because we're this far into C4 and we haven't even talked about the World Championship yet.
Right.
Which opened this show. Originally a one-on-one match, ended up being made a triple threat with Puff, Gabriel Fuerza, and Sheldon Jean.
Opening the show, how do we feel about that double dog collar we thought would main event, right?
Yes.
Yes, it was announced to be the main event beforehand, so we knew that going in.
So this opening, is that the right placement for it?
I think so. I mean, they could have done it as the co-main maybe, but they did have Puff kind of come out at the start of the show and interrupt a voice and interject himself into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I get doing it in that sense, and Flairza came down and wanted the match then and there. But like, to me, it was a good match. Don't get me wrong, but to me, it doesn't feel quite on the same level of some of the season finales we've had in the last couple of years from Z4.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if there's a right answer when the world title isn't going to be your main event where it should be. I think that's dependent on a lot of different things. So I'm not going to sit here and criticize that it was out first, because that's where a lot of people think, okay, if you're not last, you should be first. But when you have your world title on first and then you're going to do the whole rest of the show, it does make it feel, well, different, to say the least. So the match itself, what happened, Tanner?
Yeah, really good match. A lot of Flairza and Puff teaming up early on, because that's kind of how this came together. But in the end, Gene won with a chair shot to the head of Puff. Supposed to just sort of doing that unprotected chair shot spot. It didn't look terribly good. Didn't look like something that should end a match, just the way that it came off to me.
Right.
Whether that was on Gene or Puff, just the way that it connected didn't really sell it for me. But
Was it?
it was an all right match. Yeah, the hand was up a little bit too much and not a very hard shot.
I see.
So to have that be the final end of the match felt a little bit flat to me.
Yeah.
Did they set anything up for a challenger next year?
No, not yet, at least directly
there.
I assume we're going to probably have that coming out of the Rumble at Fighting Back.
Right. Okay, so yeah, it's an interesting spot for sure, but you know, they did have some other talent on there. I'd still like to see Sheldon Jean, if he is going to be the world champion, be in a spot where he's taking on other guys that are legitimate. Like, probably didn't think that either one of those guys in Flairza or Puff were going to win.
No, I don't think so. I do think Flairza's on that level of a guy who could win the C4 championship. He's really been elevated since the split from Von Vertigo. I don't know if he's quite there, but I think he's close.
So who do you think has done better since the split, Vertigo or Flairza?
Certainly Vertigo, but I don't think it's like a drastic difference. Flairza's had some very good matches.
Having been at the last show, the one before this one, Flairza does feel, at least in that audience, like somebody that does belong in that main event scene, especially in-ring wise. He's somebody that it's funny just having seen him for a while now. Like, he just continues to be a guy that I'm like, wow, that he is such a strong in-ring worker. And I think having the association with C4 helps with that too, for how long he's been there. So I think he's somebody that could be on his own a contender for the C4 championship.
Okay. I mean, you guys have been down there more. I'd say Vertigo a little bit more, and Vertigo's the underground champion. And I don't even know if Von Vertigo has elevated himself to be in the world championship mix in C4. Like, I would love to see him there, but I don't know that he's done enough to get there. And I think he's done more than Flairza. So, and Puff is a comedy act, and he's a great guy, and he's fun, but he's not going to win the world championship.
Yeah,
agreed.
So, yeah, I'd like to see, I mean, Sheldon Jean beats Junior Benito for the title. I'd like him to have some really good defenses under his belt. So I hope that happens coming up.
Agreed. C4 Women's Championship, we had Alexia Nicole against Jody Threat. I thought this was a really good match. I think two women that could easily be on TV.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Jody Threat with Impact Wrestling, Alexia Nicole's right there. I thought they had a tremendous match, a really good one. Alexia did retain to hold on to that title. I know it's pretty new. I think this is only her second or third defense, so still kind of establishing that championship. But I think if you're going to have anybody come in and challenge for it, there's few people more credible than Jody Threat.
Yeah, and she's been somebody that's been in the acclimated to the C4 audience for a while now. So this seems like, just from afar, just something to kind of continue to establish that women's championship at C4.
Agreed. And then we had a multi-person scramble. Drea Mitchell, Christera, Casey Diamond, Wanda Del Rey, Amira, and Leah Sparks. Kind of your classic C4 scramble. Lots of action going on in this one. But someone I know that we're quite high on in this show ended up coming up with the win. Bit of an upset with a roll-up. Leah Sparks.
Okay, that's my girl, Leah Sparks. I am quite high on her. I think she's decent in the ring. I think she's got different personalities, not just sometimes what you see at first. I think away from the ring, we talked about like her being a company girl and doing all the things to try to make the company work. I'm on the Leah Sparks bandwagon. I didn't know who won this match, so I'm very, very excited that Leah Sparks gets a big win.
I agree. It seems like they're really trying to establish her and move her up as someone who could challenge for that title. And I know she also had a pretty long performance in the Infinite Rumble, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah, she had a couple of different characters show up in the Infinite Rumble. That was something. Just on a side note, the Infinite Rumble, like, I came back home from covering a council meeting. It's like, oh yeah, they're on. How are they doing? And there's Colt Cabana on with Evil Uno, and a human baby was wrestling. I was like, oh, okay, here we go. This is 11 o'clock here.
Right. That's
the Infinite Rumble.
Late night television. I saw Adam Cole was doing some commentary for it as well.
Yes, there's quite a few people. Your boy RJ City was on.
Okay, I got a lot of people. Okay, I got a lot of guys. Leah Sparks is my girl. RJ City is not my guy.
No, not RJ City guy.
No, not my guy.
But the Blade was on as well. There was quite a few people on. Twiggy was on at one point too. Twiggy was doing some commentary. So
your guy.
Yeah, my guy. But yeah, I saw the Instagram post as well from Leah Sparks where she said like she really took this win to heart because she posts like this is one of the bigger companies in Canada and they're, you know, like they gave me the win and they're really behind me and whatnot, and seemed like really genuine just from the Instagram reels. So interesting that she kind of put that out there too.
Very interesting that you thought that an Instagram reel was genuine.
You never know. It could be true.
No, and
I am in a room full of workers, so I could be getting works.
I actually believe you. I think one of her strengths is how genuine she comes across. And she relates to a lot of people. So that is something that you can tell people to go and do, but it's a hard thing to actually do.
Yeah.
And that's where you have to give her a lot of credit. The Instagram reel, genuine, don't always go together. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Fair enough.
What else we got, Tanner? Was that it?
Yeah, that's it. There was the pre-show match, if you want to just give that a quick mention. Katrina Creed and Project 8100 defeating Layla Wild and the Space Sluts of Cecil Nix and Xander Orion.
That is a Remix Wrestling creation there, that tag team that they are working with.
Okay.
Brainchild of Zach McGibbon.
No, it was not, not of my brain trust.
Your guys.
I like Cecil. I like Xander.
Yeah, your guys, the Space Sluts.
Yeah, that's the T-shirt you're gonna wear.
Yeah.
Take credit, Zach. Take credit for the Space Sluts if that's your idea. I mean, they're your guys.
I like those guys. It was not my idea. They're over in Remix. They're really over in Remix. I will say, like. They come out to Lips of an Angel, Lee, the Hinder song.
Oh, by Hinder, yes.
So,
love that song.
And it's quite the chorus of singing when they come out. So, especially in a brewery, midway through the show, it is an experience, Lee. You have to be there to see it. So it's interesting. Sometimes with a lot of these shows, you find something, and it's like, all right, let's actually utilize this elsewhere. And this is something that they have found and are utilizing. It gives Xander Orion something as well to try and get him some more bookings being with Cecil Nix. So yeah, there you go. There they go. They're getting on to C4 as well, getting on the pre-show. Did you see one of the other people in this match, and I've been pretty high on her since she's debuted, is Layla Wild. I think she's going to be something like a star. I don't know if we've talked about her, Tanner, but as soon as like she was somebody that started showing up on the shows, I'm like, oh, I don't know how, but like she's I think got future star potential right there.
Good to know.
Yeah.
So Fighting Back again, August 14th.
Correct. At the Preston Event Center.
Well, the super fan will go if Andrade's going to be there.
That's true. Yes, he'll be right there, front row. maybe he'll be the one front row asking for the selfie with Andrade.
So we will have. I'm not going to subject everyone to a specific Night of Champions review. I don't think, with the NHL draft going on, Forbidden Door the next night. We'll probably have a review of both shows.
Yeah. It might be a tale of two shows. Maybe we were talking about multiple personalities earlier that could work with. That might be a case here.
Hey, listen, if Jey Uso and Obafemi's better than Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland, we'll talk about it.
I would be incredibly stunned if that was the case.
Is there 0%?
That one I feel confident of a 0%. If I come on here and say, guys, I can't believe this, Jey Uso and Obafemi totally outworked and outclassed Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland, I think I don't know what professional wrestling is at that point.
Right.
So I would be surprised, to say the least.
Well, that's going to do it. We got Night of Champions coming up in beautiful
Riyadh.
There you go. It's another bit you got here. Coming up on Saturday afternoon. It's a 1:00 Eastern start on Saturday. And then it will be Sunday night an 8:00 Eastern start. Forbidden Door from AEW. And we will be on very shortly thereafter to review both shows. And again, we got a lot to discuss and a lot coming up. I do want to remind people that as we get through the summer months, we got Redemption coming up in Montreal on July the 26th. We have Monday Night Raw coming to the Canadian Tire Center on August the 24th. August 14th, Fighting Back, the biggest C4 show of the year. So, and Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling starts on TV in the month of July, which is also kind of another, we're going to cover it. And, it sounds like it's been decent so far. I love that I haven't heard a ton of spoilers from the tapings.
Yeah.
So when it airs on TV, like, we're going to be reacting to it because I don't know all of the results.
Yeah,
So
I know zero of the results, so yeah. I'm coming into it cold. So I'm looking forward to hearing and seeing how it's going to be. So when that comes on, that'll be great. Look forward to that.
What else is coming up in July, Zach? Do you know?
You tell me. What am I supposed to be excited about for July?
Tanner, you're going to be like super excited about this, but I do believe, and I was waiting for this show to be like, oh yeah, like this is happening. I got to get the exact date here. July 21st. You know what happens on July 21st, Zach and Tanner? It's season 3 WWE Unreal.
Oh no, that's coming up.
It certainly is.
Oh no.
The retirement of John Cena.
Oh God.
Like the build to WrestleMania. We're going to be covering this individually.
One by one.
That's right, Zach.
Tanner's just kicking back. It's like, you guys are going to have some fun with this. I'm in a world of despair over here because I saw what happened with season 2 and I can't wait. I mean, no Road Dogg this year, unfortunately. So that's going to be
he'll be over at Slammiversary soon.
That's right. He'll be the head booker because that's what you do. Is you put Road Dogg as your head booker. So no Road Dogg this year, but I will probably get another. Triple H. He's such a creative visionary. He really thinks things ahead, multiple months
this
out.
This is only like 3 weeks away, Tanner. Like we're gonna get reviews every day.
To say that I don't envy you is like the understatement of the century. I haven't watched a lick of that show, but I still know that it's terrible.
Yeah. I don't know how much I'll be able to.
I got people that just roll into this place like it's their own. Who's here? Who do you think is here?
The super fan?
Oh, it's not super fan. I don't think. I think
the
it's
Big Mac.
Oh, it is super fan. I thought it was
super fan.
I thought it was Stevie Mac.
Oh, come over. He did text during the show and asked if I wanted to watch Ted Lasso. I didn't respond to him because I really don't, but he's here now. Like, what do I do?
There you go.
Yeah,
just making the run in. How about that?
You turn the mic on, Ben. If you're like, we're literally ending the show. So
yeah. Just coming in right at the end.
Can you hear them?
Well, it looks like you can hear.
That's the mic. That's not the. What? You can talk.
Yeah, I'm being blown away by the sound.
Oh, well, you don't have to swear.
Language. Jeez.
I don't know why that happened.
Zach doesn't like that on his program.
Every time Ben comes on, he swears like once or twice. Like, damn it, I gotta go find this clip now and censor it.
Yeah.
So I can appeal to the masses. And
I'm bleeding from the ears.
First of all, you showed me how to work the board. You should feel. I feel like you should know it's not. There's not that many buttons on it. Are you good now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
You can hear colors now.
I feel like I got hit with like a Mongolian chop in the ears.
Oh, that's not a bad finisher.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's from Mongolia, but
the Great Khali.
Oh boy.
You know who Sergeant Slaughter is?
SGT Slaughter.
He's up on things.
Yes. Oh, so good.
He's up on things.
Limp Biscuit.
Whenever I think of Limp Bizkit, I think of Paul Heyman at WrestleMania 17 on commentary when they introduce the album. He's like, "Yo, big ups to my boys, Limp Bizkit," and the Paul Heyman stuff. That's what I think.
We've done all of our Forbidden Door. Give us a quick. Are you gonna be like Zach and pick all the safety Sams at Forbidden Door?
Nah, I'm Forbidden Door is like the All-Star game. Like, it's fun to watch. There's some good stuff on there.
Don't come in and poo-poo on the AEW show as we're ending the show.
I'm just saying the only thing of like substance on that show is the end of the Owen Hart Cup. To find out who is going to main event All In. I'm ready for...
Yes, because Zack Sabre Jr. and Kenny Omega is no substance there at all.
Well, I mean, there's nothing of consequence.
It's going to be a great match.
Of course it is. Most matches on an AEW pay-per-view are pretty great.
Right. Is MJF or Briscoe's team going to win?
MJF.
Okay, he could stay. These safety Sams picked Briscoe's team.
No.
See? No, I don't think so either.
They've had like 7 matches. How many more times do they have to face off against each other?
Well, Zach said they'd pop a number on Dynamite.
The world title match, Lee. That's why.
Pop a number? Kenny Omega versus MJF in Montreal.
You mean a pay-per-view number? Yes.
Number.
Okay, good. I was just gonna say it's like it would be technically 0 if we were gonna go for the TV style, but I know what you mean.
Right.
TV ratings don't mean anything in the day of streaming.
That's also not true, but I will.
Okay, he's coming in poo-pooed everything here. He's got his Protostar shirt on.
Say my full name.
That's going to do it for us, folks. Tanner, thank you very much for C4 and just being a part of the program. We appreciate it. Nice to have you back.
Yeah, good to be back.
Zach, I can't wait for the Night of Champions. You know what? I'm thinking about we might do a separate Night of Champions review.
No, please. Let's just.
I think you guys should do a watch along.
No, like, no. Ben, don't. No.
I agree, Ben.
Live play-by-play, picture-in-picture.
No,
you've got it.
I need you to
watching.
Hey, I want to get banned by somebody. That'll get us banned real quick.
No, you don't need to. You don't need to show the picture in picture. You just have it off in the corner, and you comment and react. Oh my god! It's over, family.
That's how you get on their programming, right? That's what those clippers do.
That's right.
Oh, right. We got to put our hands up like, whoa. We could use that for our thumbnail too, for the YouTube video with us going like this.
King of the Yeet. The shirt's already made.
Yeah. Look, I've mentioned on this show. I love beautiful Riyadh as much as anybody else.
Zach, I need you going, AJ Francis. Like that one guy.
Yeah. So good. No way.
All right. We have hit another milestone here in the 2-hour mark. So
Yes.
we're gonna call it quits. And we will come at you with a lot of different programming coming up in the next little while from all the things that we said. We got WWE Unreal, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, Redemption in Montreal in July, Monday Night Raw is coming, Fighting Back for C4. Tons of things going on.
And that's just the wrestling side. Like, this is OSN. Like, we've recorded a lot of audio and video this week. So
yeah,
I can see it in Tanner's face as well that we recorded a lot. So this is something we're feeling right now.
Tanner?
Yeah, to peel back the curtain, I think we talked about doing 45 minutes of wrestling and then 45 minutes of hockey. And here we are 2 hours in and we haven't talked a lick of hockey.
You buffoons are the ones that did that, not me. I was the guy trying to get you guys back together here in the first hour, and then I lost control. You guys.
No, okay. No. Don't lump me into this. All right. First of all, you text me and said, how's the evening looking? And I'm like, I'm available after 6.
I know.
And then I was like 7-ish. I was like, okay. Then I get the text from Tanner, 7:30 to 8. Okay, that's fine. I'm a team player. I'm a new man. All right. I'm open. I'm ready to go. So I felt like I did what everybody else wanted. I was like, let's go. I'm team player here. I'm ready to go. I'm willing to talk about WWE Unreal. I'm willing to talk about Night of Champions and beautiful Riyadh. Like, I was ready for it.
He's a new man. Yes, he is.
I actually don't disagree with Zach. I'm going to throw Tanner on, not under the butt. Tanner had a long day. Like,
no, he told us it was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm like, you did that all out today, but Tanner had a long day. So the 7:30 8-ish turned into 8-ish. Zach and I like tapped our watches and sat around. Tanner didn't want us to start without him, which I totally understand with all of his WWE takes that he had.
Big Jey Uso guy. He's winning King of the Ring.
That's
He
right.
was yeeting very hard. It was unbelievable.
But, and you go back and listen to the first hour of this show, how many times you guys were going off in a different direction and I was the one that got us back on track. But like by the 50-minute mark, you guys were out of control.
Yeah, but the problem is, what's the opposite of the Irish goodbye? Because that's the Lever Sage goodbye.
Yes.
I agree.
How many times have you run through what's coming up in the next couple of weeks? Do we need to do that one more time?
And then 10 minutes more.
Lee, how did you do with the fantasy hockey pool? Have you?
Oh, there we go.
I'm really glad you asked because I'm going to win the soccer pool. I've already won the hockey pool. I know you're in first place right now, but you have no chance. No chance.
I have France.
Yeah.
And Brazil.
I have every other good team.
Then why aren't you in first?
I probably am after tonight because my Ivory Coast team won today.
Yeah, Japan was up.
No, they tied.
Oh, did they tie?
Couldn't get it done.
Okay.
The Egyptians are right there. Like, I know this is quality. Tanner's like, I want to go so bad. But when I see that look on Tanner's face, the look he had last time and this time of how badly he wants to go, it makes me want to keep talking.
Tanner's like sidebar when he enters the ring, it says normally doesn't last 2 hours.
Ow.
Hangman Page style.
That is a very Hangman Page. I miss Adam Page. I hope he comes back soon. But we are done. And yes, we'll have a lot of stuff coming up with OSN as well. But on This Is Wrestling. So stay tuned. We appreciate you being with us. For Tanner Reil, Zach McGibbon, and the super fan. No, that's it. You got a massive one in the middle that I can't replicate. So for Ben Suplee, I'm Lee Versage. Thanks for being with us on another edition of This Is Wrestling.